solo.
00000011000001110000011
Well, with everybody trying to tell us what to do, you wonder how are you to know whose word is true. But
This is life.
with a twist of lime. All right, John, this is Life with a Twist of Lime. Here we are recording, and this episode will drop on the wonderful holiday, the high feast of April Fools.
Correct. April 1st, 2021. Stan's favorite day.
I'm pretty sure that we just didn't do April Fools last year, right? Like, I don't think the world did April Fools last year.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Were we on hiatus by this point last year? Do you remember?
We were, I believe.
Okay, so we didn't even get to enjoy the high feast of April Fools. We're recording, though, on Tuesday, and this is no Fool's Day for you.
Correct.
This is a big day. This is day 234 since El Derecho.
Yes. For those of you who listened to Raising the Roof ? Last week, I did not get a new roof on Wednesday or Friday. But today, Tuesday, March 30th, I have a new roof.
How does it feel, John?
It feels like I'm gonna be really happy when I'm not dealing with the tarp blown around in the 30-mile-per-hour winds all night again.
I mean, after 234 days, though, didn't you get used to it? Like, that's just part of your rhythm and your routine?
So many of those days, it was covered by snow, so it wasn't blown around real much. I am happy that I don't plan on climbing on my roof for the foreseeable future. I mean, it might happen depending on my gutter situation if I don't put some gutter guards on there, or don't have somebody professionally put some gutter guards on there this fall. But otherwise, like, I'm good to go. I have no plans to climb on my roof.
So when you were, rewind a couple days ago when the wind was rolling through, would you just sit in your house and like wonder, is the tarp still there?
You can usually hear if it came loose pretty easily because it's like a big sail that flies.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
I'm
I'm experienced at knowing all these things by sound now. I was always worried when it was significantly raining, where I would often go check to make sure nothing was leaking.
Okay. I guess what I'm just trying to imagine spending 234 days wondering, like, is the hole on my roof exposed right now? And I guess I get it, right? Like, you start to learn those sounds, you know what it's like. But
yeah, so the last time, and this would have been about a month ago, the tarp came undone. Basically, the boards that had the nails through them got blown off because of wind. So I put in some decking screws into the boards this last time. And so I was pretty safe. Like, the tarp has to significantly rip at that point for it to be an issue.
now you went through multiple tarps on this project, didn't you?
Correct. So 3 at least, but they've been reattached more than that. Probably close to 6 or 7 times.
So what are you going to do with all your newfound time?
I've talked about a new design for Life with a Twist of Lemon.
I mean, it seems like a great idea. I was thinking, if you're not buying new tarps, you could possibly buy yourself some LemonCoin. This episode is brought to you by LemonCoin. If you've wanted to get started on crypto and NFTs, boy, do we have the coin for you. This one is what we call LEET. And this is what you get. One LemonCoin costs $1,000 and will get you absolutely nothing. Act now while supplies last. And I would just like to thank the sponsor of this episode, LemonCoin, for being here with us on Life with a Twist of Lime.
You know, I actually do have some LemonCoin, and it served me well over these last 10 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's something unique you can say about yourself, John. Once again, thanks to LemonCoin. All right, so Is the project done though, John?
No, nowhere close. So I did walk in, and it turns out there was a glaring oversight with the replacing of my cracked truss beam.
Okay. So you probably should explain this, right? Because it's not just that the particle board and the shingles were damaged.
Correct.
But the truss was straight up cracked, right?
Yes, I have one truss that is cracked. There was another truss that was kind of indented from impact, and where the particle board opened, that appears to be better. It's not reinforced with anything though, so that worries me.
Well, I mean, your roof's not that heavy though. Like I wouldn't be worried about that weight. Plus, you've got trusses on the other side of it that are fine. So
the cracked one though, something definitely needs to happen there. So I have an email and a voicemail into my project manager roofing contact, and we'll see where that goes.
now, do you know, were they going to replace the truss or were they just going to reinforce it on the sides? Like, what was the game plan there?
That I have no idea.
Because if they got to replace it, like it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened there. Like, just failure to communicate. Somebody didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
read
it's
the fine
definitely
print.
like all the roofing companies. They basically contract out roofing teams. So my guess is a lack of communication there. But you'd think when they were replacing the particle board above it, they would have seen it and stopped. But I am not a roofing expert. As much experience as I now have.
Is there any give to it? Like, is the crack such that if you lean on it, it will bend?
So it looks like when they were up there today, the crack actually shifted. So like the wood starting to move around. So that doesn't seem good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering, like, if I'm up there and I step on a truss and it starts to give underneath me, that, like, I'm going to notice it. So did they not step on it? Like, how did that work?
Right.
And I could see if you didn't step directly on it and you put down a replacement piece of particle board.
But wouldn't you see it when you took the old particle board off?
I mean, I think you expect people to be more observant than they are.
Got it.
Right? Like, the other thing is, I mean, did you watch those guys today doing your roof?
Yeah.
They moved fast, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, faster than I would have done it.
Well, yeah. I've always been impressed seeing roofers. First of all, that they can do a whole roof in a day, in and of itself, right? Is like impressive.
Yeah. So I think they showed up right around 8, and then they left around 3. So.
And how many guys were on the roof?
So there were quite a few. So there were probably 8 people total. I don't know if they were all on the roof. There were some that were dedicated to cleaning up debris and stuff like that, which they did an excellent job with.
Good. I mean, that's a plus, because I can tell you I've never had that happen with contractors. But no, I just I don't know, man. I think when you're moving fast, and it's easy to overlook it, and if you don't have clear directions or you don't know what you're looking for, I mean, like, more than likely, right, the foreman or the head of the crew knows what they're doing in terms of, like, the actual structure of the roof. But everybody else, they're doing shingles and particle board and probably not really thinking about any other intricacies.
Right.
So
they did.
I think
they did replace all of the front fascia board that the tree branch went through. So that's good. So they were doing some carpentry. It's just.
Okay. I wonder if it was a matter of that person who needed to do that didn't know about that part, right?
That could be.
Like,
I don't know. We will figure it out, and something will happen. But now that is holding me up from basically telling my drywall person that we're good to go.
so you do have a drywall person secured.
I have a quote from a drywall person that will be accepted after my roof is done.
Now, do you have to submit all that to insurance still, or like
No, it's only if at this point I only have to submit something to insurance. A, when the work is done, basically I send them it, and then they release the recovery value portion. And B, if there's basically an addendum to the work that needs to be done that the contractor finds.
Okay. Well, my friend, I'm rooting for you. I'm just glad. Like, it seems right now like it would be near impossible for us to reach the 365-day mark, right? Like, even if they've got to go in and rip off that section and replace that beam, that you're going to have a roof.
Yeah, at this point, I hope that would be a priority since it was their oversight.
Yeah, well, here's hoping. Here's hoping. So drywall, you got insulation, and then painting, right? And
yeah,
then
so the
carpet?
drywall person is actually going to do the painting as well. I've got carpet, I've got soffit, gutters, stuff that needs to be done that this roofing contractor may do as the next phase. I've got fence work that can be done anytime now. Oh, and a couple siding repairs. So that's going to be the big one, because if they can't match the siding, that's going to turn into another big expense and project.
Now, I don't even know if I want to ask. Will insurance cover full replacement if they can't match?
Yes, it's by Iowa code.
That's good. I mean, there's a part of me that's kind of hoping that maybe you can't find matching siding.
Then I can go with a lilac house.
There you
I
go.
don't think they make siding in lilac, do they?
You'd be surprised. So, do you have vinyl or aluminum? Do you know what
It's
you have
vinyl.
right now? Okay, all right. So it can't be that old either, then.
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah, I bet
It's
there's a
just-
chance of it getting replaced.
yeah, we will see. It's only on the front side, so I don't know.
What direction does the front side of the house face?
West.
Ooh, okay. Almost be better if it was a north or south wall, I guess.
Well,
Right?
my house front door is west, backside is
Yeah.
east. So those are the big
I'm just-
surface areas.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking from like a sun standpoint, because you're going to have
Yeah.
fading on pieces, so matching will be tricky. But
Yep. Anyways, I got to tell you, there was one company that really helped me through these last 234 days,
oh yeah, what's that, John?
and that was Hole-in-One Roofing. As you know, I'm
Oh.
next to a golf course, so Hole-in-One. That's kind of what drew me to their name. But basically, they have a special going on right now that if you buy one tarp, you get 2 months free anxiety.
2 whole months.
2 whole months.
Wow, that's quite a guarantee, John. Have you taken up this offer?
I have, but that was 6 months ago.
Okay, all right.
But Hole-in-One Roofing, thank you for sponsoring this episode of Life with a Twist of Lime.
If ever I have a tree fall on my house, granted there are no trees in my subdivision, I'm going to call.
There
Hole-in-One
are. They're
Roofing.
just baby trees.
They're itty bitty. Like they're
In 50
they're not
years.
gonna. Yeah, they're not going to damage my. I don't know, man. I like the. We could talk about this. So I'm getting ready for laying down fertilizer, right? And I'm trying to strategize around my rainfall, which is stressing me out. To be completely candid with you.
I think you worry too much.
Well, you said I need half an inch.
Half an
right,
inch
to
for the
water.
prodiamine for sure.
Okay.
But that can be over the course of 3 days. Basically, it's not going to work until it has provided that vapor barrier.
There's no way that I could possibly predict rainfall for 3 days. I mean, like I've got every weather app known to man, and the only thing that's consistent is how wrong they are.
Right.
So how do you? I don't know, man. How do you do this? You basically have to wait for one rainfall where you're going to get half an inch.
Sure. Like
That's legit.
Just go out there when it starts raining. It doesn't have to be half an inch, Stan. Just
I can't imagine.
get some
no,
water
you're not
on
actually
it.
telling me. Hold on, wait. You're not telling me to try and fertilize while it's raining, are you?
Why not?
How in the world is that going to go over well in the actual like fertilizer container?
Well, you do it when it's just starting to rain, so it's not raining hard yet. Like you can smell the rain in the air. Get out there, run real fast. You've got a bigger
Run real
yard than me,
fast.
so it takes you
Yeah.
more than 10 minutes to do the whole thing.
There's one consistent thing with all of your recommendations about lawn care. It's that you underestimate the size of my yard. I don't
got to
know, man.
move to Indianapolis and take care of it for you. When my house is in a sellable position, then we'll be good to go.
I wonder, we should start a betting pool. So we're 234 days since derecho. How long will it take until the sign is put up in the front yard? I'm gonna go.
6
I'm gonna go
years.
with 412. No, 412 days after El Derecho. No, I don't know, man. I've not had the motivation to get out and put it down. So I've missed a couple of opportunities for rain. I need to build these garden boxes as well that I have not done yet. And I got to get dirt and I got to put them in. And I don't know. It's once it starts, I'll be all excited about it, but I'm not there.
You're not there. Is Lucy excited
and I think,
yet?
Oh, she is. Yeah. She's just looking to make money. I was trying to think about like, why am I not motivated? And truth be told, I've really not been exercising much over the last few months. And maybe occasionally I'll get on the elliptical or whatever, and I eat whatever I want. And I think I really just need a new diet to get me focused and strategized in order to get out and do the lawn work. And so I'm excited about this. I'm going to take a look at the Milkshake Madness Diet Plan, which is very generously offered to sponsor this episode of Life with a Twist of Lime. Have you heard about this diet plan before, John?
I have not. Tell me more.
Oh, this is great. This is right up our alley. So as you know, Life with a Twist of Lime is an aficionado of milkshakes everywhere. And most diet plans like to strategize around the idea of eating less calories, right? So that you can get that slim and fit look that you want. But not Milkshake Madness Diet Plan. Oh, no. Milkshake Madness Diet Plan does the opposite. It will try to overwhelm you with calories so that you have to exercise. If you're feeling like, oh, I don't want to get on the elliptical today, have a milkshake. Because if you don't feel guilty after that, nothing else is going to get you on the elliptical. I'm starting this today, and I cannot wait. I'm going to be swimming in dairy. Thank you very much, Milkshake Madness Diet Plan, for sponsoring this episode of Life with a Twist of Lime.
Now available in 15 flavors.
Have you been out on the bike yet?
I've been out on the bike twice. It's been like super windy here recently, and that just does not sound fun to me at all. But I think I've got 15 miles in this year, Stan, which is 15 more than you.
Yeah. Well, okay. I hate riding in the wind. I really do. It just feels so counterproductive. Like it's the most discouraging thing because you're moving forward, but not at the speed which you think you should be.
Right.
No, I got my bikes back from the shop on Friday actually, and then Saturday was great weather, and I should have just gotten out on the bike and ridden, but instead I went to church, did other things, and I did not get it out. And then Sunday it was stupid cold. It was like 42 out. So I don't even remember what the weather was like tomorrow, or yesterday rather. But I don't remember being especially warm. I haven't found my sweet spot, John.
Well, you have your calendar event starting in May, right?
I do, yeah.
So we're a month out.
I got a little bit of buffer. Did I tell you about the Streaks app?
Yes, you did. You told me. I don't know if you told the podcast, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've shared this. So, because I think the calendar event thing is going to change. But I got new, before we go there, I got new treads on the tire. It's all tuned up. I don't know if you remember my back tire was threadbare.
Mine is getting close.
So I figured, bike was in there. I might as well just have them go ahead and do it. I also had them rewrap Sarah's handlebars, which they were torn on the edge from a fateful accident by one.
How many years ago was that now? 4?
I don't know. It was like 3 or 4. Yeah. They were torn just a little bit, right? Like once they start coming undone, then they just keep coming undone and undone. And you put them on the back of the car, the wind hits them, and then they really come undone. So I just went ahead and replaced them. But I think they actually cleaned the bikes while they were there. Like I was looking at them like, wow, these look cleaner than what I dropped off.
Nice.
So
maybe it was part of their ultra tune-up package.
I don't know, man. It's expensive enough. It probably should have been an ultra tune-up package. But I'm happy to support my local bike shop. I'm not knocking on that. But no, so I've got this goal, right, of doing a bike ride, and I just put it in the calendar for May. I even blogged about it. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit. And I think I am going to use the Streaks app. So the Streaks app is one I just recently got, and I'm loving it. Have you looked at this at all?
I have not.
So there's like a ton of different, they call them habit apps rather than like task apps because recurrence is the main feature, right? And like Streaks kind of, I think is the best of all of these that I've tried, and it's not subscription based, which I think was maybe the thing that sold me. But I highly recommend this. So I moved a bunch of stuff that I do every day on the health front, like taking my blood pressure and taking an ECG. And the integration with the health app is actually such that when my blood pressure cuff sends the data over to my WeThings HealthMate app, which then puts it into Apple Health, the Strix app sees it and actually marks it off. And if I do that, then it doesn't like send me a reminder like, hey, you gotta go take care of that. And I think I can do this with a bike ride per number of weeks. Like I can actually, or like, a number of times per week rather. So that's what I'm gonna try and do, and see if I can get it going there, and maybe try it from that angle.
Nice. Well, you'll have to write a blog post or talk about it once you actually start biking.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that. So,
hey, I've been picking up some freelance work this week.
Oh, yeah?
Really, it's really kind of picked up. I don't think that it's any podcast listeners, but we talked about how I was looking for website work last week. But I have a different angle, and I decided that I would sponsor this podcast for free with the new Kohlmeier's CONcoctions.
Ooh.
So we talk about lawns a lot. I'm borderline obsessed. There was a lawn simulator video game that was announced that I was excited about. So
I saw this, and this is like the most nerdy thing that I couldn't get into. But go on, John. Tell me about your side hustle here.
So anyways, Kohlmeier's CONcoctions will now be covering all of your needs, from Bermuda grass to tall fescue to cannabis to poppy seed, anything you want. But it's guaranteed to make your grass grow fast.
Wow, John. And can you order Kohlmeier's CONcoctions by the bag?
Absolutely. Bag,
Well,
box, whatever.
we tried so hard to keep it serious.
Kohlmeier's CONcoctions, now available at a retailer near you.
I could just imagine someone going to Home Depot. I want Kohlmeier's CONcoctions to make my grass grow fast.
No, but seriously, I have picked up some freelance work, so it's kind of exciting. That work is just kind of fallen into my lap. It means that I have more skills, even though I can't get to the first interview at any of the jobs I've applied for. So.
Hang in there, buddy. I don't even know what the what the hiring market in your space is like right now, but I'm glad to hear that you're getting some gigs. I guess, if, like, all joking aside, if someone wanted to hire you, they could reach you through our website, and they should.
Yep.
And you cover all IT needs, really.
Yeah, really. Doing everything remotely now, but if you want consulting on your office network, or if you need a new website, or CRM integrations, marketing automations, anything like that, I am happy to help.
All right. How do you feel about email, John?
I think you like email more than I do, because you still get...
I'm not even sure that's true anymore.
You get push notifications on your email, and I turned off all email notifications.
I did turn them off to my watch recently, like altogether.
Wow, you had them on your watch too?
Yeah, I mean, I don't... Here, the thing is, I don't get a ton of email. But one of the reasons that I ask this is because Mrs. Lemon is whatever the opposite of me is, which is like gets a ton of email and has no organization to it, right? And so...
Do you think that Mrs. Lemon and Mrs. Kohlmeier are a lot alike?
I have no idea.
I think there are lots of similarities, because Mrs. Kohlmeier is like, this was the email. Mrs. Kohlmeier also likes hand lettering and art things. And
well,
she teaches.
You know, like, there you go. Okay. So I don't know why, John. I cannot explain it, but the amount of email in her inbox, it bothers me in a really deep way. It really is.
4 figures?
It was when I got involved. Yes.
Okay. So not the 5-figure like Pastor George Borghardt. But
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's I can't even like at some point the little bubble on the app becomes wider than the icon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just not cool. So lo and behold, right? I said to Mrs. Lemon, like, let me tackle this problem. I went through and I unsubscribed from everything. And I think I did it, John, but this got to me thinking too, like, is email dying? Like, are we near the death of email?
so this is the problem with lots of things. It has basically turned into an annoying marketing tactic. Because the majority of email is now marketing email, either from lists that somebody bought or lists that you accidentally subscribed to because you didn't uncheck a box, or something like that. So I personally will unsubscribe from email lists about once a week, if it happens. But like Mrs. Kohlmeier will think, ooh, this will be a really cool list to sign up for even, but then not read it for 3 years.
Well, and that was definitely the case with Mrs. Lemon, with a bunch of the stuff that she had. Now, there are genuine emails, like marketing emails that I like. So as an example, right, Lego.com has a fantastic newsletter that I think only comes once a week. And the amount of times that it has turned into a conversion, right, where I have clicked on a link and bought something, is pretty high.
Yeah.
like we're probably talking about in the last year, 6 or 7 sets, and these are all like $50 plus sets that I'm probably referring to. Like I'm a sucker for Legos, and they do a really good job. Now contrast this though with like my wife. We never even got HelloFresh, but she was getting HelloFresh emails.
Sure.
And they are relentless, dude. Like it just constantly coming in. And I think there's a balance, right, in between the like rate of delivery. And then it gets to this point where like Mrs. Lum was just overwhelmed, and so she stopped looking at email altogether.
Yeah. So if I get a marketing email from any company that is more than 1 a day, I'm for sure unsubscribing. If it's more than like 2 a week, probably unsubscribing. But I think like around Black Friday, it definitely is at its worst. So that's when I definitely call all the email lists that I'm on.
You know who's real bad is Joanne Fabrics. Of course, you would know that, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Have I been into one? I might have been into one once.
Oh, come on! Your mom had to have dragged you along at some point as a kid.
I don't think so.
Does your mom sew?
Not really.
All right. Well, then maybe not. So I don't know what the long-term solution is here, but I do think that.
So here's the problem, Stan. Everything in marketing that you and I find annoying actually converts. So like those stupid pop-ups that hit you whenever you go to a website, they actually work. I don't know if it's like the generations who are older than us or what, but
That could be. So are you just saying we're the odd ducks out?
maybe. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, definitely wouldn't. Well, anyhow, I wanted to tell you about my mission to clean up Mrs. Lemon's inbox. I felt like you would, I don't know, maybe shame me. You haven't shamed me yet. But maybe that's a service you could offer, John. You could offer email inbox.
You know, I thought about like doing an inbox zero sort of hour-long course or something like that, like how I attack email and how I keep my inbox empty.
You totally should. Is there a platform that you could roll that out on?
Probably. I could do it in WordPress.
Yeah, you should do that. I think that would be interesting. I mean, we've talked a lot about that. I think less and less people are inbox zero people. Messages is another one, right? Messages zero is probably another.
Yeah, so I think that people our age that are working don't use email a lot for work correspondence anymore. It's all in Slack or project management softwares or something like that.
Yeah. And then that translates into coming back home and like, how much do I care about email, right?
Right.
Do you remember when email used to be like a quick response kind of thing? So you'd have conversations back and forth, like instant messages.
Depends
almost?
on where you are now, Stan. No, I don't think I ever used email like that. I was a
Oh, I
big
definitely
proponent of AIM, so I was always instant messaging. Now AIM doesn't exist anymore.
I definitely had moments where I sent emails like, "Hey, you want to go grab a drink, like now?" That kind of thing.
Was this before or after smartphone?
It was probably on the cusp of it. So here's the thing. I don't know if you remember, but when the iPhone first came out, right? I had the first iPhone. Text messaging was still done in like blocks. So you had I think I had 200 messages or whatever as part of my plan.
And then they charge you 10 cents per message over that or whatever.
Right. And it's real easy to go over 200 messages. I mean, good Lord, I probably do that in a day these days with messages. So I didn't do that. I didn't use that. Now, I also, at the first iPhone, AT&T offered unlimited data as part of their plan. They quickly backpedaled that, and it was only the Edge network. So, there were like a whole bunch of caveats to how this actually played out. But consequently, like email just made sense in that regard. And I think some of that carried over maybe from the BlackBerry culture.
Yeah.
Although BlackBerry had its own messaging system too.
I don't remember ever using email like that. I definitely used to use email more for personal correspondence than I do now. I probably send a personal email maybe 3 times a year.
Huh. That's less than I would have guessed. You'd be proud of me. I sent 2 actual letters in the mail. Now I didn't handwrite them. I typed them up, but I did sign them by hand.
Nice.
And I mailed them.
Did you use a fountain pen?
No, I don't have a fountain pen.
Mrs. Lemon surely has a fountain pen.
I have no idea if she has a fountain pen. That's John, I have one kind of pen in my desk and I used it. That's it. It's black ink.
One of those, what are they, pilots?
Let's see. All right. It is a Papermate Inkjoy Gel .5.
It looks nice.
Yeah, I love how it writes. Yeah, I think so. I just don't write much,
Yep.
It's amazing how quickly my hand cramps when I am writing. So I'm clearly out of practice.
Yeah.
Which is probably sad, but yeah.
Do your kids have a handwriting course in their homeschool?
Oh yeah. They practice both their
maybe you should
their letters
sit in
and
on
their
it.
script. Yeah, I should. Actually, when they were first learning cursive, they would constantly challenge me to write in cursive.
Yeah.
And I can do it okay,
My handwriting is worse than it ever was, and it has never been good. So
I don't know, man. There's a whole generation of us who've stopped writing and probably will never get any skill back in our hands.
I could still write a letter in cursive.
Could I read it?
That's debatable. You probably could.
Yeah.
You've seen my handwriting.
Now, so here's the thing, though. I struggle to read cursive. I can write cursive. I cannot read it. I don't know what it is, but my in-laws will write things in cursive, and I have to have my wife translate for me. And my mother, if she writes something in cursive, I have to have her translate it for me. I've seen my mother's handwriting my whole life.
No.
I don't know what it is. Huh. My brain can't process it.
Probably too much Greek.
Who knows, man? Who knows? All right, John, I feel like as far as an episode goes, we've covered a lot of topics.
Do you want to cover one more, Stan?
I do. I want to cover one more.
Do you want to cover 2 more, Stan?
Wait, why? What's the second
so
one?
I sent a message about this to you and my father-in-law, Mark Buto, today. It was the WWDC initial invitation. Did you see this?
I saw that they announced it today, but I actually didn't see the invite. Do you... What's on it?
So there's a memoji, or what are they called in Appleverse? I don't know.
Yeah, memoji.
Emoji.
Oh, look at that.
So it's based off of some meme, apparently. I haven't seen the meme. But they're basically, you see their face, they're looking at a laptop screen that you can't see, and reflected in glasses that they're wearing, you see the June 7th calendar. You see Xcode in there. And a couple other things. In the invite, there's also the Memoji is wearing a hearing aid, which I thought was interesting. But if you actually go to the website, it's a different one who's just have the glasses, and she has long hair, so her ears are covered.
Okay, all right. I have so many questions.
I know.
Is this, because I'm looking at this on The Verge.
Ooh.
are these? Is this a reflection of what's on the laptop, or are these?
I know.
Apple glasses.
So I think it's definitely hinting at Apple glasses, but it looks like a dock. So it looks
a dock.
like
What do you mean a dock?
like the dock on macOS.
Oh yeah. That's fair. That's fair. I can see that.
So
Oh my gosh.
you've got the June 7th calendar with 21 notifications for 2021. Looks like terminals in there, App Store, Xcode. Oh no, I guess that's just Xcode twice. I can't tell what's on the far left. But
I can't either. It's too small.
But my first thought was they're going to preview these Apple glasses finally after years of rumors.
I mean, do you really think we're ready for that though? I like this feels like it's still a huge leap.
So
in technology.
I don't think that it will be an announcing of the product anytime soon. I think it's to get developers starting to develop things for them. Because this is the
that's
developer
fair.
conference.
Now, normally when Apple announces something like that for development, though, they do have a way of getting test hardware, which is, I think, the thing that I'd be curious about, right? Like, then that would mean that they've got something that they can put into people's hands, and that's a big deal. Like, that is a really big deal.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. The Verge doesn't have the actual email invite, do they?
I don't think so. I'm to be completely honest with you, as we're recording this, my computer is freaking out because I accidentally opened the developer app. So there's a very bad bug in the developer app apparently. Who knows what?
So let's see if I can
What the cause of it is.
screenshot this. And there's like a pretty prominent hearing aid looking at it. So I don't know if there's going to be a focus.
Did you get the email?
I did get the email.
Gosh, I wonder why I didn't get the email. Maybe because I unsubscribed from everything.
You even unsubscribed from Apple?
I unsubscribed from everything.
So that's the one that came in the email invite, but then it's still that
yeah.
Glow and Behold is the title there. So
Ooh, man, this is interesting. Do you know? Gosh, yeah. What is that app on the far side, John?
yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, I got to say, Apple is always a tease with these. Yeah, you're right. This is absolutely a reflection of the dock. That's definitely what it is. Apple's always a tease with these. I think if they show AR glasses, I will be blown away. One, because I think... So here's a hypothesis. If Apple's going to make that kind of a big reveal, don't you think they would want to do it at a worldwide developer conference in person?
I don't know, man. The world has changed.
Yeah, it has. I guess that begs the question, are we going to ever go back to an in-person worldwide developer conference? The last year seemed to go really well.
Yeah, I mean, it was polished. So, like, this is based off of some meme that I've never seen before. But
Oh, with Craig Federighi. Oh, that's so funny. Gosh, he's such a funny character.
anyways, I thought that we should talk about that and cover it, even though most people probably don't get the email. But
No, they probably don't. And you caught me a little off guard because, to be honest with you, I have not caught up on anything from the day-to-day. I went from work to recording, and so that I know that WWDC was announced, but I don't know anything beyond that. So eventually I'll catch up, and we can talk a little bit more about that. I have a goal to write some more Swift UI code before WWDC this year. I'm actually thinking about taking some time off work to be able to focus on WWDC just as like a personal hobby thing, because I'm so into this ecosystem.
nice.
And want to spend some time, like, focus on the developer side of it.
And tap into the M1 power.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's, we haven't talked about it in a bit, but everything about the M1 has made computing on the Mac exciting to me again. And I haven't even spent that much time compiling code in Xcode, but it is so stinking fast that I'm looking forward to it. I've been actually working on a project. Maybe we'll talk about it at some point, but I've been working on an API for an app that I want to build, and that's around the corner. But I'm gearing up for it. I've actually been working on the API probably every couple days, just
Nice.
slowly, line by line.
I have not kept up with my coding New Year's resolution this year, so I should probably get back into that at some point.
You should download the Streaks app and put it into that. Yeah, there you go. I wonder. It'd be interesting. I should look and see if on shortcuts you can automate marking off streaks from like GitHub or something. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, well, John, this joy that we have in all of these things Apple it's not for everybody, right? And we're very happy to be sponsored this week by Android Care Plus. Now you probably heard of Apple Care Plus. This is kind of like that, except it's basically a therapy group for Android users coping with the fact that they made the wrong choice. So if you've made that wrong choice and you know it, but you don't want to admit to it, there is a group for you. You can think of it like a meetup, a users group, or just group therapy, whatever you want to call it. Android Care Plus will help you get out of your Android blues and back on track. Thank you to Android Care Plus.
So if you are kind of waving back and forth on if this is right for you, you should go back a couple episodes and listen to Confessions of a Former Android User with Daniel Sanchez. Daniel Sanchez benefited greatly from Android Care Plus.
Oh yeah. Yes, he has. So John, I feel like that's as good of an episode as we're going to get on the high feast of April Fools. What do you think?
I think that's one for the books.
All right. Special thanks to all of our sponsors on Life with a Twist of Lime, LemonCoin, where you can get an NFT that means absolutely nothing. Kohlmeier's CONcoctions, covering all your needs from Bermuda grass to cannabis, guaranteed to make your grass grow fast. The Milkshake Madness Diet Plan, where most diets try to cut your calories, this one will overwhelm you with them. Hole-in-one roofing by One Tarp. Get 2 months free anxiety. All you got to do is use promo code LIME. And last but certainly not least, Android Care Plus for all of those friends of ours who are lost in their Android ways. All right, this is Stan Lemon reminding you to help control the spread of COVID-19. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and go get your vaccine.
The distant future, the year 2000. The distant future, the year 2000. The distant future, the distant future.
I wonder if people will find that nearly as amusing as we did.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I think it was funny.
I hope so. All right. So, did you watch any Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I did on Friday.
All right. I think this was a better episode. What do you think?
I absolutely agree. The thing is, they kept about 90 seconds of episode 1 that they did anything with.
Which 90 seconds do you think they kept?
So Sam gives up the shield.
Yes, and you get U.S. Agent, right?
U.S. Agent
So
and Winter Soldier is in therapy.
right? Which I don't know. Like, are you sold on the Winter Soldier and therapy bit or not?
I think it's hilarious. I think he thinks it's hilarious too.
Okay. All right. I'm glad to hear this because I loved it. I was laughing so hard through this part. I was talking with friend of the show, Joe Taylor, and he is just not sold by any of this. Didn't find it funny at all.
Huh.
And I keep going back to that scene in Civil War where I think that this movie was birthed, right? When they're in the car. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, can you move up the seat?
Right.
No. Like I felt like the therapy scene was a continuation of that. Like it really, drew out that dynamic. Now,
So I think Winter Soldier has a dry sense of humor like I do, which is fitting for a guy who's 103 years old.
oh yeah.
I think that Joe Taylor is more of a in-your-face humorous kind of type.
That's interesting. I wonder what Mr. Taylor will think about it when he hears that. Now, out of curiosity, did you catch, speaking of dry sense of humor, did you get the Tolkien joke?
I did not.
Oh my gosh, when they're talking about the big three, androids, aliens, and wizards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so at some point, Falcon says something like, well, don't you know about wizards and like that kind of stuff. And I think it's Winter Soldier shoots back. Yeah, I read
Right.
Lord of the Rings when it came out in 1937. Right. I love that. I love that kind of humor. I love how it's laced through. It's subtle. It's just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
It's
I was
really fun.
not sold. I don't know that I would say I'm sold on the show yet, but when Sam and Bucky first meet up and their banter back and forth, that was extremely enjoyable to watch.
Yes. Yep. All right. There are a couple of other things going on in this episode. U.S. agent interacts with these two jokers.
Yep.
And they're kind of punks, to be quite candid, right out the gate towards U.S. agent. Having now seen U.S. agent without the mask on, right? Because on IMDb, he's got a huge beard. So I had no idea what he looked like without the mask. I think he is maybe a better fit of the comic U.S. agent than I asserted last week.
Well, he had like 5 seconds of screen time.
Yeah,
So.
but like, I don't know, man. He still looked like the guy from Up under Captain America's mask. Like, quite frankly, the mask on him, not a great look.
Right.
This guy has no superpowers, right? He's just wicked awesome as a soldier, apparently. I don't know that I believe that he will stay without powers for the remainder of this show. It would not surprise me if they find super serum somewhere and inject him with it, because we know that something's out there. We actually get a couple of different like glimpses into that. One is the bad guys, right? Did you notice the head bad lady? I don't even know what her name is. With the freckles,
Right.
Did she look familiar to you?
She did. I don't know if I ever looked up what she's from.
Okay, in Solo, do you remember when they're on the planet at the very end, and there are those masked folk that are native to where they're dropping off the I can't remember what it is now, the explosive. Daniel Sanchez is yelling right now. the explosive mind substance that they got, right?
Right.
And she pulls off her mask. That's the actress. It's the same one.
Interesting.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch, because that fight scene is wicked awesome, and seeing her in this show in the fight scene that she just like completely commands reminded me of that. Like, I was like, oh, that's, yeah, put two and two together. But all these characters, all these bad characters seem to be juiced, right? So the other thing that we get introduced to is it Isaiah Bradley? Am I remembering the name right?
Yeah, I think so.
Who, and his son,
Yep.
who his son is a big deal too, right? Basically, we have this like experimentation of Captain America super serum on a black soldier. There's going to be a whole race element here. I'm really curious to see like exactly how they explore it. A whole bunch of like potential parallels to like the Tuskegee Airmen and some of the like just awful things that the government has done with black soldiers over history. I'm curious, like, how much are they going to scratch on the surface of that? They've only got 6 episodes, so I can't imagine they go too deep.
Right.
But his nephew is actually the character who rallies the Young Avengers together.
Really? So we have lots of
Yeah.
hints to this Young Avengers stuff.
I don't see any world in which we don't get the Young Avengers, and I think we're getting some early casting here, and then it's going to start to all tie it together. So I'm excited. I think this is cool. What I'm realizing is this show, episode 2, one of the things that it does is it expands this like origin of the super serum and its history even further than we knew it to be, right? So originally it was just Captain America, then it turned out to be Bucky, and now we got Isaiah, and we also have these other bad guys. And like, how far out is it going to go, right? Are they going to be able to actually leverage the super serum? And then it makes you think like about the Hulk, because there's that whole Captain America related line. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some notable things that we did not get any additional information on in this episode was what's going on in Louisiana with the shrimp boat, and I'm not sure that I care.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I want the shrimp boat to stay in the family, don't you?
I don't know that I care that much. I know that these days you're supposed to care about everything really, really deeply. I just don't.
Well, it does beg the question, like, was it actually substantive to the story? And I have to think if you got 6 hours and you're doing an edit job on
Right.
this,
You
you
gotta-
don't leave that in unless it matters, right?
Yep. And then really it was Bucky's personal line with what did he have a name? The old Chinese guy? I don't know if they
Was
said
that this episode?
No, that was last episode. But this episode they didn't
yeah.
they didn't touch on it at all.
Oh, right. Well, they actually didn't even touch on his book
Right.
at all. He did have a name, and I can't remember what it was because I think it was the only time he said it was in the alleyway scene. It was like real quick in passing. But yeah, the whole book like is not relevant in this episode one bit, which is weird, you know.
Yeah, so this is now a theme in the Marvel Disney Plus TV shows, right? It's this continuity between episodes has kind of shown itself.
I just would love to know how they write these things. Do
Right.
they write it as one big story and then slice it up, or do they try to write 6 stories, you know, that kind of fit in a holistic arc? And I don't know. I don't know the answer there. I would love to know. I think this is hard though for the kind of storytelling that they want to do.
The other thing is specifically in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I still think they're using it as a sandbox for action scene cinematography. And you see that in the truck sequence at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so it's not as polished as you would get in a blockbuster film, but they're definitely experimenting with things that are kind of new. You saw it with basically Falcon's flight scene that took forever in the first episode, and then the truck scene specifically in the second episode.
Yep, very differently done, and I'm sure there's a lot of CGI, but like, how do you do this at the scale? I didn't care for either of those scenes. I
No,
thought
they
were
definitely
too
aren't
long.
polished.
Yeah, they were just they were too long.
It's just interesting to me because you go look at Marvel films, even the early ones, and like they're great. And I don't know if it's because there's more money in them or what.
It could be. Although, do you remember the first time I watched the original Avengers? I did not like.
You didn't like the original Avengers for like 2 years after it came out.
Yeah. Well, and one of the reasons was I felt like there was not enough character development. There was a ton of fight scenes.
Yeah.
However, they were very well done fight scenes, and for better or for worse, they set a bar there, right? And so this, you know, gosh, how old is that movie now? A decade and change? Is
Let's look up the
something
release.
like that, right? Yeah. You know, they're going to be carrying that baggage with them as they continue to make even these shows because the production quality on these things is pretty darn high.
It did not come out until. That's not right. Why does that say
Avengers?
August 14th, 2020? Google lied to me.
Oh my gosh, John, amateur hour over here. Let's see what Avengers 2012. There you go.
2012, so not quite a decade.
Yeah, not quite a decade, but you know, again, like you've got a decade's worth, basically a decade's worth of movies that
MCU,
happened
yeah.
since then, and that's still the standard. It's just it's a great action movie. So, last thing before we wrap up Falcon and the Winter Soldier here. I don't know. Did you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Last thing. Baron Zemo at the end, right? This was the intro, and all we get is a shot of what I think is him in a prison of some sort. I don't even know that. I want it to be the like containment unit that we last saw him in, but it's probably not, right?
Right. Too much has
and,
happened since then.
Bucky and Falcon are gonna go and talk to him to try and learn about, I guess, like super serum experiments and where else this stuff might exist. Which I gotta think he either breaks out or they break him out, and I'm kind of hoping for the latter. Right? He's the arch enemy of these guys in the comics, but in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's a comic line that came out in 2020. There's almost like a little bit of collaboration that happens, and I think that could be an interesting dynamic to play all of them off each other.
Indeed. I need to go back and watch through all of MCU. But first I need to figure out the list that would be the best to watch all the way through.
Well, you don't want to watch all of them?
I will watch them, but I don't know what order anymore.
Oh, I mean, I think for the most part, if you do release order, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a few exceptions I
Kinda
think
like
you could move around.
Captain Marvel.
Captain America and Captain Marvel are two that you could move up, right? And Captain America, obviously, because of the chronological element. Captain Marvel, really, honestly, the same thing. But other than that, quite frankly, I think you just write them in release order and you're probably good to go.
All right.
So now there's a couple you could cut out if you really want, but
Eh,
that's another episode.
Those
for
I've
another
only
time.
seen once, so it might be okay.
Thor: Dark World. Do you really need it? Do you really need it?
Probably more so than Ant-Man and the Wasp
Oh, it's such a terrible movie.
or Guardians 2.
Yeah, although the first 30 to 40 minutes of Guardians 2 is fantastic and it's just absolutely hilarious. So, I won't even lie because it's the after credits, so nobody's gonna listen this far, right? I
Daniel
have watched
Sanchez
that
will.
movie. I have watched that movie multiple times from start to about 35 minutes, and then just ended it.
Yeah.
There's interestingly in the end of that movie, there's a post credits scene that has not been fulfilled yet in the MCU that I'm really curious to see how it shakes out. It's the revealing of Adam, basically.
Ah.
So,
All right. Until next time,
good
Stan.
deal, John. Until next time, my friend.
See ya.